Hello everyone and welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Care Network. I'm Dean, the host of the N.A.R.C.N Network and also the host of the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Today I'm going to be presenting to you episode 162 on the N.A.R.C.N Network. And the topic of episode 162 and the title is When You See the New Supplies, Wake Up. Now, what we're going to be talking in here, of course, about is when we see our narcissists out there, or when you see your narcissist out there, and you're watching them conduct themselves with the new supplies that they have. They've got new people in their lives, they've got new persons that they're grooming, or whatever is going on. Perhaps they've been involved with these individuals for some period of time, and you're able to see what's going on with them simply because you're either still in contact with your narcissist, or you're able to see your narcissist goings on social media, or whatever the particular instance is with this, where you're able to still be privy to what's going on with your narcissist, or to watch what's going on with them, and to be aware of what's going on with them. Now, when this goes on, very often what happens, and I've had this discussion with other narcissistic abuse victims on the N.A.R.C.N Network as well too, where their narcissists are dealing with other people, and suddenly it appears that that narcissistic new supply that they have is waking up or becoming aware that they might be dealing with a narcissist, that they might be dealing with your narcissist. This does happen at times. It's happened to myself, it's happened to other people that I know, it's happened to people on the N.A.R.C.N Network, that they have suddenly become aware that that individual that they're dealing with or romantically involved with may actually indeed be a narcissist, and they just didn't see this at the beginning, and they've gone some time into the relationship with this person and realize, holy crap, I think I'm dealing with a narcissist, and they become aware. And commonly what happens in this instance is you start to see a detach between the narcissist and that individual or that appliance that they're grooming or that they've been involved with. Or in more severe cases, you may actually have that narcissist appliance reach out to you and have a conversation with you if they weren't aware before that they were dealing with a narcissist but have suddenly become aware of this. They actually give you a text message or a message on social media. Perhaps they ask you about if they can call you or contact you. And suddenly that other narcissistic appliance is now aware that they indeed as well were dealing with the same narcissist that you were dealing with. And you end up having a conversation with them and making some contact, and perhaps having some comparative points with that other appliance that your narcissist is dealing with, and you become aware of what it is that's going on. Or you become aware that that new supply that the narcissist has taken on has now become aware that your narcissist is indeed a narcissist. And this is quite amusing to watch. There's quite a number of people on the network that have talked to me about their instances and their experiences with this going on, where they have had contact suddenly with someone that has become involved with their narcissist, where they have reached out to these individuals and said, hey, what was your experience like with this person? I'm having all these crazy things happen, and I either not sure what's going on, or I think that I'm dealing with a narcissist. Did you think you were dealing with a narcissist? The answer to that commonly is, yes, you as well realized you were dealing with a narcissist and became aware of this. But as I've talked about in some previous episodes here on the channel, when you know if your narcissist is dealing with other individuals, do you reach out and contact those other individuals to warn them? Well, you can try to do this, but commonly when the narcissist is grooming these individuals, they're love bombing them to a capacity that those individuals are probably not going to believe what you're saying. Not to mention that narcissist has probably told those individuals horrible, horrible things about you that would make you look like you're nuts, or that you're crazy, or that something is wrong with you. So those individuals won't believe you for those very same reasons either, because the narcissist has put you in a position where you look like there's something wrong with you, or that you're an evil person, or that you're bad, or that you have some type of problems, and that you've caused that narcissist some kind of problems. They do all this, of course, to control everyone around them, so that those individuals don't believe that you could be a normal person dealing with a narcissist, and there could be nothing more wrong than the fact that you had to deal with this narcissist, and that indeed made you a little bit crazy for a while, until you realized what it was you were dealing with. And then, of course, they went on to the new appliance, and the new appliance had to deal with that person. And that new supply perhaps becomes aware after a little while of what they're dealing with, and they may reach out to you and talk to you, and you have an open conversation, and you now realize that that new supply realizes they as well, too, were dealing with your narcissist, or dealing with a narcissist, and you then become aware of what they were dealing with. And I've had this discussion with a great many people off of the N.A.R.C.N network who have talked to me about their experiences with narcissists, or their experiences suddenly becoming aware of narcissists, or that perhaps a previous appliance that their narcissist was dealing with reached out to them to try to warn them that they were indeed perhaps with a narcissist, and they didn't listen. But that person tried to plead with them and try to make them aware that they may be dealing with that narcissist. And at first they didn't listen, but realized later on that was indeed what was up. And that person that was trying to warn them was actually telling them the truth of how bad their situation was, and was trying to actually watch out for their best interests so that they wouldn't have to deal with this narcissist. But they learn the hard way. Inevitably, when people don't listen, you learn the hard way. Some of us have had to learn the hard way what we're dealing with in this instance, and you become more aware, and you become more intelligent about what you're dealing with, and you become more intelligent to not deal with that again in the future in that particular way. Sometimes you just become aware through some weird traumatic event, or through something strange happening. But it is indeed interesting when you see the new supplies become aware of what's going on, or that they may have been dealing with a narcissist, and they wake up from this particular trauma. And then you have the instance of being able to go, well, I was aware of what was going on with you, and I was hoping that maybe you would extricate yourself from this horrible situation you might have been in, or become self-aware all of a sudden because of what went on, because this is what commonly happens with most people after they deal with a narcissist for some time. Sometimes people don't wake up at all, and that's the sad part. They remain in relationships with narcissists for years or decades, or for the rest of their lives, until that narcissist becomes old and frail and can't really pose a threat to that person anymore. It's sad if you think about it, but these things do actually go on, where people don't wake up and they don't become aware, and they have to suffer with narcissistic abuse for their entire lives. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody if that was the case. I wouldn't want anybody to go through that. And that was one of the reasons why I created the N.A.R.C.N network, is to try to get people to be aware of what they may be dealing with, or be aware that they may be dealing with a narcissist, and be able to get themselves away from that narcissist for their benefit and to improve their lives. So this is just what I wanted to talk to you about briefly here in episode 162. Was when we see the narcissistic people. Sorry, when we see the narcissist, new individuals, new appliances, and new supplies actually become aware that they're dealing with narcissists, and they wake up from it, it can be a very, eye-opening experience for them that they have been dealing with a narcissist, and be very shocking and perhaps quite negative all at the same time. But this does actually happen, and we see it happen on a daily basis. I see it happen on an almost daily or weekly basis on the N.A.R.C.N network, where I see people wake up and they suddenly become aware that what I was teaching them or telling them about their individuals was indeed true. So anyway, this has been episode 162. I'm just going to say to you guys, please stay tuned. I got new content coming up on the N.A.R.C.N network and on the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you really soon.